Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an extreme toy declutter. My plan is to get rid of at least 50% of our toys today using a KonMari style method. My family in the last few months have gotten sick with I think every single virus that's out there right now, so we have just gone through the ringer. That means my toy organization system, any system that I had, has been completely shot. The amount of toy clutter we have in this house right now is just a little bit embarrassing. So let's do this together. Hopefully this gives you some inspiration and hopefully this shows you that not everyone has it all together all the time. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and let's get into it. With the KonMari method, you declutter based on category, not by room. So I'm gonna start with the toy category. I'm not gonna do my kids' books, even though those also really need to be done. So I'm gonna start by collecting all the toys all around the house and bringing them into the playroom and creating a huge pile to see what we have. Here's everything I gathered from just our living room. Way too much stuff up here. It just slowly piled up, so I'm definitely gonna be getting rid of a lot of this. This is just gonna be a pain to carry all of this downstairs to the playroom, but I gotta do it. I gotta clear this space out. Thankfully, my kids' rooms don't have any toys in them, so that saves me a little bit of work. So once I get this cleared out, then upstairs will be completely done and I can focus on downstairs. This area is clear except for some books that I'll get to another day, so let's move on to the main event. So let's clear out the shelves. I do these big declutters about twice a year, usually once during the summer and once right before Christmas before we have a big influx of toys. I've always used this method because it makes it easier for me to see what we have doubles of, and also helps me see how things might have gotten a little bit out of control. The play kitchen is a mess. I mean, there's baskets in the microwave, I don't know. But I know most of this is a keep, so I'm just gonna leave this alone for now and work on the bigger stuff. I know you're probably thinking, Courtney, that has to be it, but it's not. So we haven't done this declutter since before Christmas. It's been a really hard year and we've collected so much stuff. So let's keep going. So this now is mostly everything. I still have a little bit more in our storage room that I need to bring out, but I think I'll have a breakdown if I bring out any more. So I'm just gonna work on this first. I have a tote set out here for keep items, which, I mean, it's gonna be a lot more than that. I have a tote here for donate. I'm hoping that will get overflowed. And then I have a garbage bag because I know some of this is just trash. It just needs to go, broken items, things like that. So with the KonMari method, she obviously asks you to hold the item and ask if it brings you joy. And obviously these are not my toys, but I am a stay-at-home mom. I do get to watch my kids all day long, play with all these items, and I have a very good idea of what items are just no good anymore, they're not playing with them, and I know what their favorite ones are as well. I'm also going to be looking for, okay, what's broken, what's missing pieces, and what is completely out of their age range right now. Maybe I'm going to find some baby toys in here. Those could absolutely go. You probably noticed that I have so many of these large trucks, and it's not because I'm purchasing them, but my kids absolutely love these huge trucks. And a lot of times when they get purchased so that they both have the same one. So I have a lot of doubles. I need to figure out a way to store these. I need to figure out a way to display them. I've been on Pinterest. I've been looking around at lots of different ideas, so I'm thinking about doing a couple of them. But if you have a cool way to store large vehicles, please let me know down below. Let me know what you do to store these huge trucks. So all of these trucks are really expensive and they get played with a lot, so they are all going to be kept. I wish I could get rid of them because they're huge, but my kids would really miss them. I'm actually gonna stack all the trucks, I think, outside of the bin because they're gonna fill up my bin really, really fast. This guy, just a cheap toy that one of my kids got for Christmas a few years ago. He's kind of fun, but doesn't get played with a whole lot. Just takes up a lot of space. This here was one of those toys that you're out shopping with your kids and they grab something and you can't get it out of their hands and you just don't want to deal with it, so you buy it. I'm thinking almost everyone has done this before, that you're just like, just get it so that mommy can shop in peace, and that obviously is not getting used. It's just way too hard to open for them. I know there's a lot of these Hot Wheels kind of storage trucks that are a lot easier to use, and that's not one of them. My favorite way to store puzzles are in these zipper file folders that you can find in my Amazon storefront. Most of their puzzles I did leave in the storage room because they are, to me, almost like a different category instead of going through toys, and I have a lot of them, but I know most of their puzzles I am going to donate. They're all kind of just too young for them now, like these chunky puzzles by Melissa and Doug. So I do want to donate a lot of their puzzles. Also, sadly, a lot of them are missing pieces, so there's no sense of keeping them around because it's so frustrating for kids when they're puzzles. They go through the whole thing and then they're missing a piece. It's just not fair. So we've got to start over and get rid of some of these puzzles. There's some items that I'm going to downsize, such as their Hot Wheels, but magnet tiles are definitely not one of these things. These get used every single day. These are an absolute keep. And I'm just gonna go put them right onto the shelf because there's no sense of even putting them in the pile. We know for sure this is going out on the shelf. These wooden Flockmen, I actually won these on Instagram and I was so excited for them, but this is the Flockmen family. And if you've ever seen these before, you know they kind of stack all together. But with the family, they're all different sizes, so you can't really stack them very well. So I'm not a huge fan. I think I'm going to sell these because they're super high quality. They're really expensive to buy. So I'm definitely not going to donate these ones. I'm going to sell these ones. This is a great puzzle by Guidecraft. It has all the individual puzzles and then all the individual pieces. But my kids just aren't reaching for these anymore, so I'm going to sell these ones as well. I know I have a few of the pieces actually scattered throughout, so I need to find all these pieces so I can sell that.
We have a huge collection of Hot Wheels, and my goal is definitely to get this down by 50%. We do not need this many Hot Wheels.
Another puzzle by Melissa and Doug. This one actually is a really great puzzle. It is the Busy Barn, and my kids really do like this one. It still is a little bit too difficult for them, but they'll definitely grow into this. I really love how big it is. My kids really like this little farm felt board. It's just cheap and from Amazon, but I've just been keeping it in this bin, so I'm gonna put it into one of these puzzle bags. I think that would be a little bit easier to keep it and keep it a little bit more compact.
A marathon one-day declutter like this is definitely sometimes needed based on what's going on in your life, how busy you guys are. And for me, I get a constant influx of toys and kids products because I review them. If you want to do this process with your kids, I definitely would still do part of it by yourself and get rid of toys that are broken, missing pieces, as well as toys that are outside of your kids' age range before you start with them.
One of my favorite things to see that keeps me going during all this is when bins start to empty and I start getting like a bunch of extra storage bins. Then I'm like, yes, like everything is starting to empty.
You're not going to see any of our toys in their original boxes or packaging. I definitely recommend getting rid of all this packaging and using zipper pouches instead.
I know I'm keeping all these wooden animals, so I'm just gonna put them all in this bin. I love these little wooden animals. They're so cute. And even if the kids didn't play with them, I would still keep them because they're kind of like an heirloom item. So I want to keep those around because they're so beautiful. All of their Lego is a keep. We really don't have that much yet. This is all Duplo that I have in this swoop bag, which is a really great way to keep it all organized and together. This is a workbench, so it comes with a little screwdriver as well as this hammer. And my kids really don't use it that much, so I'm definitely gonna donate this. My kids have grown out of a lot of our Love Every toys and puzzles, so I'm definitely going to sell these. Probably I'm not gonna sell them as like a group, but individually. I'll have to see, but these are all gonna get sold because they don't really get played with and there's no sense of keeping them around if they're not being played with, right? So I have a couple of these cabinets that are pretty much full of puzzles, and I'm going to be getting rid of all of these puzzles pretty much and donating them because it's time for some fresh new puzzles and ones that they're going to be interested in. So let's put these in the donation bin. I have two of these crawl through tunnels. This one's from IKEA and this one is from Love Every. I definitely prefer the one from IKEA. It has the fabric that's easy to clean. It's also very soft, where this one is just like hard wire and I really don't like it. So I'm going to keep the IKEA one and donate the Love Every one. So here's my huge donation / sell pile. I got rid of so much stuff and I've got 2 bags of trash as well. And I know that when I go through everything as I put things away here, that I might kind of purge a little bit more after I have a second look. So this is my keep pile. It's pretty big just since a lot of the items are very large, like this huge set here and these large trucks. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this up and I'm going to put items out on the shelf and see what I have left and then start putting it away. I also have to deal with this pile of nugget play couches right here. So get these out of the way and it's gonna start looking a lot better.
Definitely select bins and baskets that go with your decor. I love the IKEA Risator baskets. They are wire baskets. They're see-through, which I love, and they also have the wooden handle. And then I also really like the low woven baskets. I have yellow ones and white ones that are so cute, and they definitely make all the toys really able to be seen by the child, which makes them more likely to be played with. I'm not a huge fan of the full cube storage bin. I find they're really great for hiding toys, but then your child can't see what they have, and they just become a dumping ground, a bottomless pit of all these random little pieces. So definitely separate your toys between the cubes and use low or see-through bins.
So I have the shelves filled up a little bit now, which takes away a lot from this pile. This set's gonna go in our storage room. I think I'm gonna leave this one out. I love this little guy, the little people. And then this is also gonna go in the storage room as well for rotation. So that'll take a lot of this stuff away. And then everything else is gonna go right into these bins.
A lot of people think a playroom needs to be just for the child, but I think it needs to be for you and the child. A room that makes you happy when you walk into it, it makes it more likely that you're going to keep it organized, tidy, and decluttered.
These last few things I'm just gonna set on the shelf in the storage room. So I have the stepping stones, the little rings, this little Love Every dollhouse. I forgot the fire truck to go at the fire station when I took it in there. And that will just all sit on the shelf. So I'll show you what that looks like. Just getting things all vacuumed up. So here is everything that I'm either donating or selling. So that's at least 50% of our toys right now. So I'm so happy with that. I'm also selling this desk here. It's just not getting a whole lot of use, so it just takes up a lot of space. My kids much prefer doing like arts and crafts at our kitchen table. So that was a little bit of a fail for how our house is set up. I can see it working for a lot of people though. And I think we're gonna get rid of our wobble boards just because it's not being used and it is really big. We did use it way back, especially when my kids were a little bit younger, but I think time has passed and it's time for it to go. Over here, besides what's on the shelves, I have the 2 storage containers. These are so old. They've been going forever and I really like them for toy storage. I don't have any specific labeling system. I just kind of put more wooden toys in this one and more puzzles and stuff in that one. And then until I figure out what's going on with the trucks, I'm just gonna store a lot of them in there, keep a few out, and then put the rest away. So it's just not so overwhelming because they take up so much space and make so much mess.
Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe, and check out one of these other videos because I know you're going to enjoy my other content, and we'll see you in the next one.